You were doing a calculus question from the book, section 4H, number 5. Find the equation of the tangents of the function whose gradients are 2. The gradient of the function is 2, which means like f prime at whichever specific x they're asking about equals exactly 2. There might be more than one, depends on what the curve looks like. This is just the gradient of the line. So like any line that's going like this, that grazes our function to create a tangent is going to work. So we start with f of x equals x cubed minus 5x squared plus 5x minus 4. So I need to take the first derivative, which is 3x squared minus 10x plus 5. I need to set that equal to 2 in order to find the gradients where it happens. I'm not going to put the x star as I work just because it takes a little more time, but from this point forward, I'm not talking about all x's. I'm talking about a very specific x that satisfies this equation. So which x's satisfy the equation 3x squared minus 10x plus 5 equals 2? It's a quadratic, so I bring everything to one side, so it equals 0. Subtracting 2, that's plus 3. I prefer to factor when I can. I'm pretty sure this factors, so I will try that first. So 3 times 3 is 9. And I'm looking for two values that multiply to be 9, but add to be, oh, I forgot my x, add to be negative 10. That's going to be negative 9 times negative 1. So 0 equals 3x squared minus 9x minus 1x, because negative 10x is the same as the sum of negative 9 and negative 1. I factor by grouping. They both have a 3x, so that's x minus 3. They don't have anything in common. I factor out a negative 1, a negative because this was a negative. And this will then be x minus 3. They now have a common factor of x minus 3, leaving behind 3x minus 1. So there are two solutions, when x is 3 or when x equals 1/3. Two different locations on this curve where the gradient is 2. But did they ask me for the coordinates plural? So I also need to find the y coordinate, or is the x coordinate enough? Find the equation of the tangents, the whole equation of the tangent line. Okay, so we're back to finding the tangent line for each of these x's. So there's going to be two different lines, but I don't know the y coordinates yet. So line 1, y minus y1 equals whatever the gradient is. Oh, I know the gradients. The gradient in this case is 2 because like that's the whole point of what we were doing. 2 times x minus 3 in that case, and we could have our second line, x minus 1/3. Okay, so we need to find the y coordinates of each of these points. I'm going to erase this, it's a little bit in my way. And let's just find it. So what is the y coordinates when x equals 3? So that's 3 cubed minus 5 times 3 squared plus 15 minus 4. 27 minus 5 times 9 is 45 plus 15. Plus 15 minus 4. Negative 45 plus 15 is negative 30. Negative 30 plus 27 is negative 3. Negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. I'm not using a calculator because I'm feeling a little lazy. It may be the case that I'm making subtraction errors. It's a thing that happens when I'm trying to go quickly. But let's say that I haven't made a mistake, so I have f of 3 equals negative 7. So coming over to line 1, I could just put in minus negative 7, so that's now a plus. And let's find f of 1/3 is going to be 1/3 cubed minus 5 times 1/3 squared plus 5/3 minus 4. Oh, fractions without a calculator, kind of a hassle. So 1/27 minus, my common denominator is going to need to be 3 cubed, obviously, because the first one is bigger. This is going to have a denominator of 3 squared, so I have to multiply it by 3 to get my common denominator. It's going to be 15/27. Again, I need a common denominator, so I multiply by 9, so 45/27, and I multiply by a full 27. I don't even know what that is quickly in my head. Maybe something will cancel as I'm working. So negative 15 plus 45 is 30. 1 minus 30 is negative 29. Okay, it didn't cancel nicely. So 4 times 24 is 4 times 30 minus 12. Minus 12. It's hard to keep track of all the steps in my head. So I think that's 108, but let's just double check going like the long way. So 27 times 4, that's 8 and 2. Yeah, that's 108. So we have 1 minus 15 plus 45 is 29 minus 108 over 27. I can't do it in my head quickly. It's going to just write out all the steps. So this is now 9, 18 minus 9, 9 minus 2 is 7. So I have 79 over 27.